Hey guys, it's Wet Bryce here, formerly known as Warehouse Dave. I've assumed the new name, Wet Bryce. I'm on my way to the warehouse and just felt like talking a little bit, vlog style, more my style. Although it's easier to talk when you're talking to somebody, so just gotta try to get in sync with all this, new to this. But I guess what's been on my mind lately is the realm of video games, YouTube, and personal business stuff. Just in a nutshell is that it's all pretty toxic to me. Been meditating on life. I guess be similar to maybe a midlife crisis, but it's a dark topic to think about death and your own mortality. To think about your rotting body. To think about, what if I died in the woods? I would just rot. Flies would lay eggs at me and fucking just be meat, be a corpse. I don't want that to be me. That's natural. That's life. That's programmed deep inside of you to want to seek nutrients that your body requires for the cells to replicate, to create reproductive cells. My phone's sliding all over the place, and that's video entertainment for you. Reproductive cells, so that I can meet a pretty lady and put some reproductive cells in her and have little me's running around, part me, part sweet lady. And then the cycle just goes on and on. What's the deeper meaning? Where does the spirit go? Fuck. Tough questions. Woo! Phone. One sec, I gotta make this turn. In first gear. Stay. Alright. So what the fuck? Brett White, Wet Bryce? What the fuck are you talking about? Well, here's the conclusion. Here's a simple conclusion. No matter what you fucking believe, no matter how bothered you are by it or how much you're able to just not think about it, that life is just simply long, torturous, painful fucking death. Like, life is just a lot of toothaches and scraped knees and fucking embarrassing moments. And that's a pessimistic outlook. Wet. Cheer up, Wet. What about the good times? They all balance out. Bad times are only bad because you're making them relative to your good times. A life of luxury would mean that a simple day on a beach would be boring and miserable. You're used to being spoiled rotten. It's all relative. You lived in North Korea half your fucking life, and suddenly you got to live in America. You'd be fucking thrilled to your very dying day. Be happy to be alive and feel free. This is a much more free place than North Korea. How's my audio coming in? So what the fuck is the point? I guess I want to tie it into video games, because that's what I do for a living. I took my video game knowledge, my little high school part-time business / hobby of acquiring rare games and selling them off after they either acquired enough value to where I could essentially doubling my money, or just the thrill of the hunt, finding stuff, getting to play and enjoy it, getting to experience great RPGs like Grandia 2, Skies of Arcadia. Love the Dreamcast. It's really what got me into collecting. Got to play and enjoy stuff, and then got to have the satisfaction of being a reward for my hunting and my good taste in general. So got into that grind. Awesome in high school, you know, when your focus, your priority is really bettering yourself. You just look at the future like sky's the limit. I was a pretty good athlete in high school. I was a cross country and track runner. I actually had a scholarship for cross country for a shitty school that I ended up going to the military instead. But you know, it's like athletics, who knows where I might go with that. Sciences, future me, adult me, what's that gonna be like? I don't know, but I'm fucking excited. And here I am doing this little side hustle. So, do 6 years in the military with this. The side hustle got more and more like legitimate. I started making decent money with it. So I was like, I'll go into the military knowing that this is kind of a temporary income and life experience, and that's exactly what it was. Played out really well, loved it, got to see stuff, got to go places, and had a good income so that I could continue to buy good deals that I'd find on eBay. That's really my big trick, is I find smoking deals on eBay that get sold very quickly. So something I want to start getting back into. I've just been preoccupied with having too much stuff and just focusing on getting by, selling and moving stuff that I already have. Fear of death, dying, life is torture, video games. I guess my point is, it's a kind of a pessimistic, I waver between optimistic and pessimistic kind of viewpoints on all this, but I think regardless, we can all agree that video games is the first thing you would drop if you were hungry, or if you were thirsty, or if you needed shelter, or if one of your family members needed these things. You know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Some dude and his hierarchy of needs. You can look into it if you want, but you know, you seek to satisfy yourself first, self-survival, and then it's your family, and then it's your community, and then it's your country, and driving and phone management. So these fucking video games, why do people shell out so much money for them, to the point where I've found myself a little career, a little fucking full-time job, simply buying and selling them. I'll tell you, it's not generative in any way to society. I think all this stuff should be in a landfill if our culture promoted that, if it was something that was just culturally deemed, what do they call it in Japan, otaku, just frowned upon, just nerd shit. Don't be a nerd. Grow up and be something. Go be something. Go do something with your life. Don't be a fucking introvert. You know, you'll regret it. Don't fucking obsess over video games, whether it be playing them. Moderation. Moderation is fucking key to everything in life. Everything that's great in life will ruin you if you lose moderation. But this lack of moderation in the collecting realm. So it's both gamers, people playing games, and also people obsessively collecting. They feel a competitive drive, like they need to outperform other people. I've seen it evolve from just people that are thirsty to find a certain game that they wanted to play again from childhood. I call that very natural demand, very organic demand. That's your natural, that's what defined games like Snatcher as a top tier, very collectible title. It's because of people's true lust for the game, to find it, play it, and experience it. And then that evolved into, let's just call them douchebags. Fucking douchebags wanting to acquire this stuff just to flex on the nerds. It's like a form of bullying, you know? And like, trust me, I'm above it all. I don't give a fuck about being a nerd for liking certain kinds of video games, especially my youth when I used to play a lot of games, and I don't find it cool to own really pricey stuff. Prices are just pretty fucking arbitrary when they're all just held up by each other's competitive, this fallacy to collect and flex. But it all kind of plays along with where we're at in society right now with social media. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place with my thoughts, whatever. You know, it's everything's a fucking show. You know, your life on the internet is a show for everybody to see. Naturally, we get to decide. We get to look in the mirror and say, I look like absolute ass. I'm not going to show myself like that today in this moment. Or I had diarrhea for 4 hours. Do I want to fucking live stream that? I don't think so. I think I'll live stream me on the jet ski today. That's cool. That's good for the fucking cinema of my life on social media. So everyone's bought into fucking social media narcissism, viewing things incorrectly, make everything's a competition for who's got the best cinema, you know, and viewing things like YouTube sub counts, like that's the end all be all of success, the metric of success. Oh, you got fucking 100,000 people subscribe to your channel. Dude, let me drop some nice comments. Maybe you'll fucking respond to me. You know, just popularity. It's all fucking tribal, Lord of the Flies, children in the wilderness kind of bullshit. Just people behaving like our natural instinct, our human fucking pathetic, greedy, narcissistic fucking nature. I'm not above it either, you know? Because I'm fucking human. We all are. None of us are above it. We fucking see it, we feel it, we sense it, we can empathize with it. 1 second, I'll make this turn. Now to understand it, and to understand that it's fucking, I guess, wrong, to understand that it's the wrong pursuits in life, to go about living your life for maximum cinema value. Wrong pursuit. I think a lot of people understand that, but it's hard to fucking be the true natural character that you are. It's hard. Fucking video games. Where does that come into play? I guess I'll just transition it all into the douchebags of the hobby. You're jealous of them, Dave. What, Dave? It's because you don't have those chase pieces like they do. They're flexing those fucking Turbo Duo games over in the Turbo Graphics community. Does that make you jealous, Dave? Flexing Samson Stadium events over in the Nintendo world. Does that make you jealous? This dude's flexing 3 CIB Mooshes. Does that make you jealous? There goes my phone. Fuck, U-turn. It's gonna be rough. Gravity tonight. Gravity at low friction over there with the phone. So, jealous? No. I see through it. Think a lot of you guys do. Why we're anti-e-beggars. We see through the bullshit. Hard to sell a lie to somebody that looks out for lies. So, the competitive douchebaggy flex, the competitive pursuit of rare video games for what would that be called? For why do they do it? It's for fuck, what do you call that? Narcissism? No, not quite. They do it for attention. There you go. Sometimes it's hard to come up with those simple words. Do it for attention. They do it for the salt. One sec. Sorry, I gotta think. They do it for the envy of others. Why would somebody crave the envy of others? I mean, that's 100% why people do this. Why they join online communities to discuss. What's the fucking discuss that hasn't been discussed before? To discuss video games. Maybe try to put an interesting twist on a fucking 20-year-old boring ass fucking conversation starting topic. Fucking thinking about getting into a new game today. Which would you guys play? You know? Boring. Be more original. Way to fucking spark up a conversation about you. You know? Oh, what's that in the backdrop? Your World of Nintendo signage. Oh, what's that? What else is in the peripherals of this image? This static image that you're showing here on social media? Oh, cool, bro. I see you've got a PVM and you got some CIB NES games. Cool to see your CIB Samson in plain view. You know? Am I blowing any minds right now, or am I boring you? I'm curious to know. This is what you observe fucking everywhere in video game communities. That is the video game community. It's a narcissistic, fucking gluttonous, fucking... It's just a whole bunch of fucking... Let's just leave it at that. It's a whole bunch of bad ethics and a bunch of fucking bad ethics. Wrong pursuits in life. And when you start, if you ever do study religion, which I have not, but I do know this concept about religions, and that's that there are universal truths amongst them. So if you've ever just wanted to completely steer clear of religion because you feel like it's just a cult power fucking struggle, it's a way to control the masses, agreed, absolutely. Get people to fear the big man in the sky and obey, walk and talk the way he wants you to, and you know, I get that. But if you start looking at every single religion, there's certain things that are universal truths amongst them, such as thou shalt not kill. And that's very like duh. That's basics of ethics. But there's these shared ideologies among them. Gluttony, you know, your 7 deadly sins, essentially. I feel like we're fucking full of it. Video game collecting community, as opposed to, and it's a huge distraction from certain pure virtues of life, like creating life and giving pleasure, you know, loving, truthful, you know what I mean? Like, spilling my heart out for you right now. But I mean it, like that fucking real moments with people, memories, you know? And this shit, this fucking social media need to validate what occupies 90% of your mind. It's just get through the day job, get the income, so that you can put old shit on your shelves. So you can put old media there's now more advanced ways of playing this stuff. You can emulate it. You know, there's no need. There was a time in video game collecting where the pursuit was to go experience Suikoden 2. You hear great things about that RPG. It's really hard to find. The only way to play it was to track down a copy. That was the origin of video game collecting. Now it's turned into shit, man. very natural. Like I've been every step of the way. I've been with it, so I've felt it happen. It's all been very natural. None of it's too surprising. It's just, again, it's like that nature of man, you know. There's the dweebs and the nerds that started collecting. The ones that these fucking douchebag collectors they can thank the nerds for what they created for them to now enjoy. So what do I do? You know, what's the conclusion here? It's probably not smart for me to just go take the GI Bill, take the housing and food allowance for being a full-time student, just totally making a life change. Yeah, I would love to go get into agriculture or something that I just feel more alive doing. But that's not in the cards here. Too much has been invested. Fucking 15 years of my life just dedicated to increasing the value of what I have. That is to say, quantity of quality, you know, just buy. Opportunity. Make sacrifices so that you can invest. Lose the love of your life because you're fucking obsessed with this shit. It happened to me. So, fucked me up real bad. It's not worth it. Gotta get out of it. What's the fucking plan? I'm dumping it. Moving the stuff as quickly and efficiently as possible. Don't get any fucking smart ideas. It's funny when you do let your locals know that you're getting out of something, they fucking swarm you like piranhas. Fucking disgusting. So no, moving it very smart, top dollar on eBay. Just prioritizing the right stuff at the right time. I'll show you an example. You guys know The Witcher is blowing up right now. Some Netflix thing. Whoa. Factory sealed. Ridiculous edition. Last I checked, I don't think there was a single one listed on eBay in any condition. So brand new. I'm going to stretch this thing like it's never been stretched before. I'm probably going to get twice as much as it's ever sold for, because Witcher shit is red fucking hot right now. So that's a good takeaway. Witcher 2 was only on 360, did not come out on PS3. There's two versions of it. One of the versions is like a Game of the Year edition. It's like called the Enhanced something edition. And it's your common but now money kind of game to just grab when you find it. So Witcher 2 on 360. It's pretty money now. Makes sense. Witcher stuff, just Witcher IP, red hot Netflix. I'm grabbing that shit and get rid of that. Priority number one, get rid of that. Systematically move all this stuff. I'm actually going to open up a local store and do those community events where people buy, sell, and trade here at the warehouse. Do them at the shop. As soon as I open the shop, I'm going to have a closing date, and it's going to be 2 years. 2 years this place closes. How fucking counterintuitive is that? I love it. Just get out. I'll be totally honest with everybody about how I feel about video game collecting. They can laugh at me. be fucking nutty. Person be advertising their store, working hard, putting this great presentation out. You buy games? You trade? Yeah, sure, certainly. Just know I'm getting out of this. 2 years. Better be a good deal for me. And just blast this shit out. Prioritize on eBay. With a fucking final plan of just acknowledging that I'm gonna have at least I'm gonna need a room dedicated to housing what I'm just decide not to blow out, not to get rid of. Hold on to some of the stuff and just slow bleed it out for over the next 10 years as I'm transitioning into a new career, new focus in my life. That's where I'm at with this shit, with the way YouTube's become the main source of education for collecting. It's really what drives video game collecting is YouTube, and people that work hard to self-promote so that they can have an influence on the video game market. all of it's pretty fucking toxic to me. Don't like putting my head into that space. I mean, like, as it was all unfolding and as all the shit that I could see already was starting to get talked about by other people, I got wrapped up into it. But I got a whole lot of living I got to catch up on. So if I'm going to do any more content, I think it's going to be about just video game shit, just dumping whatever knowledge I do have. You know, fucking Dave's Hidden Gems. Dave's games that right now, $20, buy yourself Disruptor. Not a bad fucking buy. $50, go ahead and buy this. Good idea. I don't know. It's not even quality content. It's not even trying. Irritating stick. What the fuck? It's actually a really fun, interesting, well-made game. Really hard to find. It's all just shit, man. It's all just old media. It all belongs in a realm called Sims 5, where you slap on your Oculus 7, you enter Sims 5, and then you pay a monthly subscription fee of $200 a month for Sims 5 total access. And in that VR realm, you have full access to all kinds of licensed games of the past. What about the games that you couldn't get licensed for? I just fucking tune out of VR for a second and fire up your emulator. Shit's gonna be shared everywhere. It's gonna be easy to get ROMs and emulators. Go play Magical Chase. Whoop-de-doo. You know? Collecting is fucking stupid. It's really stupid. Listening and obeying Metal Jesus. John Hancock. Flipnik. PS2 pinball game. Fuck, I don't have it. Wish I did. I'd throw one on eBay because 7 copies sold the day John Hancock fucking jerked off to Flipnik on PS2 pinball. Capcom actually looks great. To be honest, that looks like a chill ass game. I would enjoy Flipnik. Thanks a lot, John Hancock. Flipnik. If there's one game, if there's one takeaway for you all, it's Flipnik. I think it was roughly quoted John Hancock recent video. So these guys are going to keep doing their job. And then my job is just play off of them. Just dump whatever they fucking tell the sheep to buy. That's all this stuff is. If I slowed down and really honed in on it, you would notice it's not what you see at game stores. It's not what piles up on the shelves. I keep that stuff in boxes elsewhere. I let it pile up and I try to just dump it off by the box load on other people that are dumb enough to buy it. But I hold on to that stuff that has the Metal Jesus potential. And I would like to think that there's tons of other people out there just like me. I think they are, and I think a lot of them call themselves collectors. Let that sink in. I think there's a lot of people that do exactly what I do, but they call themselves collectors. Let that sink in. I think there's tons of people that do exactly this, except they call themselves collectors. Ooh. It's the fucking truth, though. I all want the same shit. I put on trade events locally. They all bring the same shit. I don't see a lot of this getting passed around. Why is that? How come this is a title that people always pull off the shelf and say, Dave, and then I just have to be like, nah, I'm just telling you no. Why not? You're the game seller guy. You're the warehouse Dave. You're the guy that sells this stuff. I'll tell you why not. Because I know exactly what this is on eBay at this moment, and I don't want to honor that price. That doesn't make sense. Dave sucks. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Why don't you bring me fucking cool shit? Let me trade you off of cool shit. No, I don't know what cool shit is. Shut the fuck up. Warehouse collector. Fucking liar. So many fucking liars. So many collectors will lie to you. That's why it feels great just being transparent. It feels fucking great. Yeah, I got a bunch of horned owls because I think this game is fucking awesome. Undervalued, disrespected by collectors. The kind of game people go, I wanted one. I could have. It wasn't until I saw other people paying $80 that I really wanted one, and then I paid $60 for one. So I still felt good because people pay $80 for it, and I got to pay $60 for an $80 game. But I could have bought it for $25. Dave said he told me so. Yeah, it's fucking right. Stop skimping out on horned owl, pussy. PS1 guy. Don't have it yet? Don't be a pussy. Go buy it on eBay. This is one that's been kind of cheap lately. This was the god of PS1. This used to outweigh Tron Bond 4-1. Take you 4 Tron Bonds to get you 1 Team Buddies. Back in talking like 04. Would have taken you 5 Tail Concertos. Is that how you say it? Tail Concerto. It would have taken you a lot of Personas to get a single Team Buddies. Why hasn't this risen? It hasn't been like they found a horde of them or anything like that. It's not new old stock floating around. What the fuck is up with Team Buddies? So it's disrespected. I'm not going to sell it for $100. Sorry, collector. Sorry. Do I need to explain myself? I always have to, though, with these fuckers. I always have to explain myself. I'm that weird guy. Timing is everything. Listen closely now. Timing is everything. Collector. Call yourself a collector. Timing is everything. Sell your stuff at the right time. OG Xbox. Don't be moving that stuff right now. It's too cheap. It has been plateaued for a very long time. This new Xbox that's coming out. Supposedly having backwards compatibility all the way back to OG Xbox. Including 360. OG Xbox 360. Collecting for that shit is going to blow up for possibly a hot second, and then other people will start dumping their stuff when they realize Panzer Dragoon Orta is hitting $60. Copies start to flood the market, brings it back down, but you'll have a crazy hot wave of OG Xbox and 360 insanity if they come out with an Xbox that is backwards compatible. I've been calling this one the Grail for a while. I'm just dropping hot fucking truths. Hot fucking Dave wisdoms right now. Brett, go to bed. This isn't for you. This is good shit. This is what the people pay for. I should be putting this behind a paywall. But it's free right now. This is a free trial. Free trial run.